I actually filed my business license the day after I was at the unemployment office. It was humiliating and I was
Oh,
horrified, and I was living in California and I was in my late 20s and thinking, I've done and screwed up my whole life. And I had hopped from one job to another hoping that I could make unlimited income. And if you want to do that, spoiler, you got to be an entrepreneur. You can't do it in a job.
hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Prolific AF podcast, where we feature amazing entrepreneurs doing really cool things inside the GoHighLevel community. Today with me is another special person. Paige Battcher has been doing some amazing stuff, not just in the high-level space, but just in the digital marketing world for so many years. And it is a pleasure to have you with us today, Paige. How you doing?
Yeah, glad to be here. Really, really thrilled to be here. I love this high level community, and it's great learning from you as well, Dar.
Well, you're too kind. We learn from each other. So tell the community, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, but I've lived all over the world. I moved to Thailand when I was in my early 20s. I've lived in the Netherlands, Brazil. I lived in Florida. I lived in California for 6 years, like LA, Orange County. Got my grad
Wow.
degrees out there. I spent about a decade away from home, and then I moved back to Kentucky.
So, but I can see all those cultures inside of you and your personality.
Thanks. It's definitely shaped me, and I love my family so much, so that's what got me back here, but I just keep traveling.
So here's a question for you. If your life and your business was if it were a movie, what would the title be?
Oh gosh. Well, immediately I think of actually one of my favorite films growing up, and it's Sliding Doors. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was Gwyneth
No.
Paltrow, and it was a film about the doors sliding to the subway train. They slid closed, and the movie splits off into two parts. And it was either she makes the train or she doesn't. And so I think about my business and my life, and I'm on a path where a number of decisions or missing the train is what led me to where I am now. So, I try to just be really happy with, how it all pans out and just making the very next best decision for me.
That's a great analogy, because when I think of it, I think, man, I missed the train too. But then here it's gotten us here, right? So
Yeah.
if you would have made the train, like,
Right.
where would you be?
Yeah,
Right?
it's also hypothetical. I really love that film for that reason because both of the routes that you see her life take, you think, "Oh, that's the better one," and then you realize, "No, that's the better one. Wait, which one's the better one?" And the reality is, it is what you make it.
So how did you get to this side of the track? Like, what led you here?
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, when I was a kid, my parents started a business called Future Kids, and they taught kids and adults how to use computers before the internet. Like, we're talking like Lotus Notes
Wow.
before
Yeah,
dial-up. I know, it's aging me, but
I'm
it's
with
true.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Lotus
And
knows well.
so and then we saw the beginning of the internet, and so I watched my mom build curriculum to teach people how to use computers, and my dad ran the rest of the business, and that sort of led me to be naturally inclined to be tech forward. Fast forward in college, they asked me to keep a blog while I studied abroad, which we
That's
actually called
cool.
Party Abroad.
Yeah.
Um, and so I did. And then when I got to grad school, they said, hey, if you want to, you can join this digital journalism program and you can start building websites and telling stories and putting video onto the internet. And so all of that led me to do website design. I've been doing that now for 12 years. And then through learning about, funnels, email marketing, SMS marketing, all the technical stuff, now AI,
Yeah.
that's where I am now. So, running a full business on HighLevel, managing clients underneath our HighLevel platform, and then also coaching people on how to use HighLevel and build for their clients. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It feels like full circle because now I'm also teaching at a university and I'm teaching AI at the University of Louisville here. And I'm just basically building curriculum around technology, which is the same thing my mom did when I was a kid.
That is a long way from, what'd you call it? Computer kids?
Compute, yeah, future kids, yeah,
Future kids.
yeah.
So actually back to that. What was your first computer?
Oh gosh. I don't even know. Some HP thing. It was a clunker.
Mine was
I do remember those really cool, like semi-translucent Macs, the original ones that
oh
came in
yeah.
bright colors, right?
Okay,
Um,
you're aging me now. Because I was like, I had a Commodore 64. Do you remember that?
yeah,
You even know what that is?
I do. I
Wow.
do. I remember a
Yeah,
lot
when
of this
those
stuff.
and I was once I got like into business and entrepreneurship, my first company was a visual merchandising company, and I was all in Macs. And I bought every one of our employees one of those
Yeah.
iMacs that
Yeah.
had all the different colors. In fact, I had the aqua blue. So, yeah,
Right.
but I was well into my computer journey when you were just starting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember I was I think I was about 14 when my dad told me that the internet was going to be a thing. It was going to be real, real big. And I was my favorite thing at the time was this television show called Dark Angel. Did you ever see that?
I
James
want to say
Cameron,
it.
I believe.
Yes.
Jessica Alba was the
Yes.
primary. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just awesome, and all the characters were like super gorgeous. And so I built my first website when I was 14, and it was a fangirl site for my favorite show. And that was back when you had to write line by line HTML code,
Wow.
figure out how to FTP it up into the inner ether worlds, and then somehow it would display when you pulled it up on the web. And now, like what we can do today with, I mean, AI can build a page for you in
Yeah.
a moment and it's live on the internet. It's mind blowing.
So let's go there. That's great. The transition from that, I was going to say, like, what were you using before high level? Um, but one of the things you said about your dad saying the internet's going to be a thing. Do you see yourself now, like stepping into those shoes, telling people AI is a thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. A
Yeah.
100%. And I was once in a room, I was in a panel at the university and I was talking about how important AI is. I said it's like the internet, but it's bigger. It's bigger and it's going to be more pervasive in our daily lives. And
Right.
someone in the back of the audience said, "Well, what about the tech bubble?" And I said, "That was a financial bubble. Just because we had a tech
Right.
bubble doesn't mean we don't use the internet." And I said, "It's going to be the same thing with AI."
I think it's really cool that you are teaching at the university and you're teaching stuff that you're doing. So you're really on the forefront of it. I mean, we were recently both at a summit where, the product director or product development director for ChatGPT was there
Mhm.
and, telling us what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so you're bringing that right to your students. I think about there must be so many universities today that are trying to teach it or marketing professors that are just like, I don't want to say they're behind, but
Yeah.
what a great advantage. I
Yeah.
mean, tell me what's the feedback that you get from your students as
Yeah.
you're showing them things?
Totally. Well, I mean, the feedback from students are they didn't realize that it was going to be easy for them to learn how to
Mm,
use these things. But the feedback from the other faculty members and the program directors at the university, they had to either decide we're going to hire these tenured professors that have been in this game a long time just teaching, or we got to find some people who are actually using this stuff. And so, I remember a luncheon and they said, "Well, are you going to cover all of the history of the development of AI and the ethics and of AI?" And I looked at them and I said, "Listen, I'm really busy running my business and coaching other people, and I'm just going to teach them what I get paid to do and build those skills." So, right now in my course, university students are picking a local business, or if they want to choose a business outside of the city, they can.
mhm.
They are using that business the entire semester, building out all the AI assets, and then going and actually pitching it to that company. So, I keep telling them over and over again, like, whether you want to be an employee and get a promotion or you want to be an entrepreneur, these are valuable skills and skills you should have.
I love it. And clearly you're teaching them how to do it inside of high level. So let's make that
Yeah.
switch. You use high level.
Yeah.
What were you using before? Or is that even relevant to say? And then how are you using it today? And like how has it changed the way you operate your business and the way you support your customers?
Yeah, yeah. What I've used before is practically everything. I mean, I've built for 12 years, so WordPress, Weebly, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, Squarespace, Kartra, like you just name it. You name the
Yeah.
platform, I built in it. And I was always trying to figure out how to duct tape on something else.
Hmm.
So, and I even got in the HubSpot world for a while, and it was incredibly cumbersome and confusing. So when I found HighLevel, my first instinct was not another empty promise on an all-in-one platform. I'm not falling for that.
Yeah.
And it took me about 12 months, and I would tinker around and I would find a bunch of bugs, and then I would go, wait a second, they're really onto something and they're moving fast. So
Yeah.
we use it today now for everything. It's the backbone of all of our businesses, and then every single client that comes to us that wants to be built, it's built there. I also have a second business partnership that I'm part of. We build everything in HighLevel for that. And then I'm teaching students, and I'm teaching everyday entrepreneurs that just want to be more empowered how to get in there and utilize the tool set.
So let's talk about one feature. Like there's so many features inside
Yeah.
a high level. If you had just like, I just got to keep this one feature, um, what's the one that makes the biggest difference for you?
Automation. Automation. I think the stickiest feature for me, just from my perspective, and it's different for everybody, is websites because people want to feel really proud of what their website is. It's
Mhm.
it's the same as like walking into an actual retail business. If you had a brick and mortar, online, it's the experience that people have when they find you. And so I know that that's sticky, but it's automation. The AI features are phenomenal, and I'm so excited to be working with people like you and learning how to promote those and sell those.
Mhm.
But I do find that most businesses are just absolutely thrilled when they can start getting their time back and automating. I mean, and,
Yeah.
and then the organizational level. I mean, a lot of clients are coming to me and they're just saying, we just need a CRM. We are so disorganized. But then when you add automation onto that, I mean, that's next level. The workflows are great. And I
Yeah.
came previously before this, I came from a software where you had to click about 10 times in order to accomplish the thing in HighLevel Workflow Builder you can do with one click. So
Yeah.
everything just felt faster, easier, and more possible.
So, surely it hasn't all been like roses.
Mm-mm.
Is there anybody like challenges that stick out to you, real lessons that, you've learned from?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tremendously. Yeah. Because, I mean, you know this too, because we've been around for years. I mean, the last 5 years, we've seen a lot of bugs get resolved in the platform,
Mhm.
and that's to be expected with technology. I tell people all the time, like, even my brand new iPhone will glitch. It's tech.
Mhm.
The thing that has really stood out to me, though, to go through those challenges, to think, wow, I was so excited about this new feature in HighLevel, but it still feels like like it needs more love and support, and it needs to connect the
Mhm.
dots and all these other screens and whatnot. The thing to get yourself through that is to remember at their core what they're doing. They're committed to the product and they're innovating. And if you look at other places you've come from, they put too much emphasis on building out their sales team instead of building up their product, or trying to sell you coaching instead of actually trying to make the platform better. And so when you actually see who the founders are and what they're doing and the pace at which they're innovating, you can't help but to hold on. You're just
Oh,
like,
I know.
great.
It's great. And since we've been in high level for a long time, we've been able to see not only the platform mature, but we've been able to see the high level co-founders
Yeah.
evolve as well. And what I was talking to actually all three of them about this recently at our event is that they're all still humble and they're all still human and they're all still, we're about the community and we're going to do what's right for the community. We're going to continue to, develop the
Yeah.
platform as it meet, for what the needs of the community are, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Well, I want to also too step back and I think remind people that not every platform of its kind. If you look at any of High Level's nearest competitors, not all of them are VC backed. So I think that also speaks to the faith that not only the founders and the team have in it, it's actually outside investors and same investors who invested in Facebook and Etsy and, Duolingo. Like these are big companies going places
Mhm.
and they're investing in high level. And to your point, the founders are just, you never expect at a conference that goes round the clock for 4 days long and all kinds of partying and they're still running the company, and next thing
I
you
know.
know, you're eating a slice of pizza at 2 a.m. with the founders sitting there just like easy
I
peasy.
know.
So,
I
yeah,
know.
for sure.
They're really invested with the people.
They really are. I know they're there high-fiving everybody coming into the after parties, and it just goes to show the culture and the fact that at each of the events, this is another like really unspoken thing that's huge. or I mean, not unspoken, it's an underrated advantage of going to their events is the developer room. You can walk in and hang out with the developers, pull up
Uh,
your laptop and like brainstorm something.
I know. I got to talk to it. Not only did we talk to the Chat GPT guy, but I got to talk to Karan, I think is his name, who's the head of AI at High Level. And he was just so nice and kind and shy, actually. And I was like, I don't even know what questions to ask you. The
Yeah.
stuff that must be going on in your head, I'm just like, keep it going.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I see you have an office manager there in the back. Who's that?
He's all blurred out. This is little Leo.
I love it. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so really quick, how did you get your first customer?
First customer. Gosh. First high level customer or first customer ever?
You pick.
Okay, first customer ever because this has been on my mind, and I think it helps when people need to like get out of their own way. I actually filed my business license the day after I was at the unemployment office. It was humiliating and I was
Really?
horrified, and I was living in California and I was in my late 20s and thinking, I've done and screwed up my whole life. I've got all this student loan debt and two masters, and I got the Fulbright, and I did all the things, and I thought I did them all right. And I went to USC, and mom, dad, aren't you proud of me? But what the heck am I going to do with my life? And I had hopped from one job to another, hoping that I could make unlimited income. And if you want to do that, spoiler, you got to be an entrepreneur. You can't do it in a job.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a piece of, or I'm sorry, I grabbed like a paper directory at the Chamber of Commerce. Like I just pulled it off, walked out the door. I was like, I have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm doing. I just filed a business license and I grabbed this directory and I started cold calling for my first clients. So my first client was out of this Chamber of Commerce directory. I was literally just looking up their websites and picking up the phone, and they would answer and I'd be like, "Hey, this is sort of weird, but my name is Paige and I'm calling you because I can help you with literally anything online. Like, what do you need help with?" And we would just start conversations. And my first client was actually a videography project for a company that ran 5Ks and triathlons. And next thing you knew, I was underneath a swimming pool with a GoPro, like filming swimmers and then hiring video editors off of Fiverr to help me edit these videos. And I kept going from there. That led to doing social media management clients, that led to kind of took me back to my roots in website design. And then it stuck for me. The website was always the core aspect and the thing that I wanted to do. And then building on AI and automation. First
Yeah.
high level client was actually a client that I had already had in a different platform. And I told them that they were outgrowing it and they needed high
Yeah.
level and they had to move to the best technology.
So that's a great pivot point. Let me ask you this. What advice would you give to someone just starting out?
Call people, get get yourself on camera, record something, send it to people. I think everyone right now, they're trying to find the quickest way to automate their sales. And if you're selling services and you're running a boutique operation and you want to do high ticket and you want the business owner to trust you, they have to hear from you.
Hmm.
No perfect email template is going to do it. No cold DM script is going to do it. You actually have to put yourself in your efforts to go get sales. So I would say go get a list of businesses you're interested in. You can find those lists anywhere. There's so many services to give you databases of lists, or just
Mhm.
go to Google and look at businesses around you you're interested in. Call them, become their customer if you can, talk to them, send them an email. And then things I'm telling my university students are when you can give before you ask, you're going to be in good shape. And this is Dar,
Mhm.
this is what you talk about too. You're like, show them that you made them a demo of an AI bot, right? Show them that you made them an AI agent, even if it's just a demonstration. Build them a draft homepage that increases their conversions. Build them a graphic that took you 12 seconds with a prompt on ChatGPT just to show them that you
Right.
care. And when you can deliver a little bit of value up front, they're more likely to jump on a call with you.
I would agree. I would agree. Well, the thing that you mentioned about your telling people to record and so forth. Now, don't you teach that in a community? You have a community in High Level?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Tell me
have
about
a
that.
yeah, totally. Thanks, Star. Yeah, I have a community called the Kismet Club. And you can just go to kismet.club and join. I'm trying to help people build their own destiny. So, however you want your life to look, I'm going to help you get there, especially with the technology of high level. And it's really came as a launch after 5 years of running a coaching program called Story Selling. So, I would
Mm.
teach anyone to just hit record on video and go generate leads and sales. And so I'm bringing that plus the specific resources and bonuses that I can offer for people working in high level all into my community.
I love it. Well, thank you for being with us today. Before I let you go,
Yeah.
tell me something funny and quirky about you that maybe a lot of people wouldn't know or wouldn't think.
Oh gosh. Geez. Maybe maybe that I'm a solo traveler. Like I will take off and I just December was my last trip. I went to Portugal
Mhm.
and I went totally by myself. Didn't know anybody. Like, jumped on in. I think it might not be really unique, but I think for some people, they're like, "Wow, that's interesting about you. I'll take myself to dinner by myself." Like, I'm willing to go out there and adventure, and you never know who you're gonna meet, and I find that very exciting.
That is cool. By the way, the next time you go to Portugal, Nuno has a home now there.
What? Yeah.
Nuno, in our community, bought a house in Portugal, renovated it, and he's Airbnb-ing it.
Oh, well, I gotta stay there then. Portugal's
Yeah.
awesome, by the way.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for this episode of Prolific AF. Clearly, you can see that Miss Paige is prolific AF. That is prolific on all fronts. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Paige, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Dar.
All right. See you, everyone. If you're building your business on HighLevel or even just thinking about it, don't do it alone. Join my free community, AI SaaS Launch, where I share the exact systems and assets that help me scale past 100 customers and build a 7-figure SaaS business. Inside, you'll also get access to my 30-day free trial linked to HighLevel, plus bonus resources, snapshots, and weekly group coaching to help you grow faster. And if you already have a HighLevel account, when you upgrade under my link, you'll still get full access to all of it, the same tools I use every day in my own business. If you'd like me to personally send you a private link to my free community, just leave a comment below, like this video, and I'll reply with a link. It's completely free, and it's where I drop my best AI SaaS tips, resources, and behind-the-scenes trainings. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you on the next one.